What's going on guys, CasualSavage here, and in this video I'm going to be telling you my experience with the Apple Watch. Now I purchased this Apple Watch on January the 17th for £300. Now it was the cheapest one I could find, brand new, and it was on Amazon. It's the sports edition with a white band. If you haven't guessed already, I don't own the Apple Watch anymore. I returned it, and I did say 2 weeks after I was going to do a review on it. Now I apologise for the delay, but here it is. So I'm going to be telling you my experience along with a review. Now when I first got the Apple Watch, I was super impressed. The band felt nice. It was on my wrist, it felt nice and smooth. It didn't rub against my skin, so it didn't cause any irritation. The watch face looked nice and clean. The brightness was good. You were able to see it in any type of lighting. And of course the crown itself, it looked really nice and it was very easy to use. However, then it got onto the part where I turned the device on. Now pairing it to my iPhone 5, it was very simple. You just had to press a button on the phone, and boom, it started. But once it got paired, I was literally like, what the f do I do? Because I couldn't find any use of the Apple Watch. So I googled some stuff. I was trying to find some apps that I could do or how to actually use it, because at this moment I didn't know anything about the Apple Watch or how to use it. So at this point, after looking up some apps, I still couldn't find any apps that were appealing to me. And the main uses of my experience with the Apple Watch was the stopwatch when I used it in gym and it vibrated on my wrist to tell me my time's up. And then of course we had the music, where you're able to pick your music from the wrist itself. And of course notifications coming straight to your wrist, which by the way didn't always work. I didn't always get my Twitter notifications on my wrist, it just came to my phone. So again, not working the best, so I wouldn't recommend it. Now starting off with the strap. Now the strap itself was very nice. I had the white silicone one because it came with a white sports watch, and it was very nice. It fits on my wrist nicely. I was able to slot it into the position I wanted it, and it just stayed nice and stable. Moving on to the design. Now the design itself was very nice. It had a nice white strap, and of course it had the nice little block face. And again, the block face, which you're probably thinking is a thick fat block with a screen on your wrist, it's actually not that thick, and it wasn't too big, it wasn't too small. You could see everything you wanted to, and it was very easy to use. It had two buttons, the crown itself where you just spin it, and then of course it had the lock button. And then on the other side of the buttons was the speaker and the mic itself, where you can speak to Siri and where the music can play out of. So the speaker itself was very, very loud. So very good thing on that. Now of course it also has vibrations for your notifications. The vibration was very good. You can change your strength, and the highest strength I would recommend, because again it was the best strength. Moving on to shake to wake or glances. Now when you had the watch like this and you turned it up, the screen would turn on. It looked really nice, and I was actually really impressed by this technology. I just kept doing it like that. I don't know why. It was just really amazing to see. And also if you shake your wrist like that, then the watch screen would turn on as well. So again, really good technology for the screen. Moving on to the notifications, probably the main use of the watch, or supposedly the main use. When you get a notification, it usually goes to your phone. Instead, it goes to your watch. Now it will either vibrate or it will come out loud. So you can choose if you want it on vibration or loud. You can do this from the phone, or you can do it from the watch itself. Like I said earlier, the speaker itself is very good, so you're not going to miss a notification if you have the sound on, and the vibration is good if you have it at the highest strength. Also with the notifications, I didn't always get the notifications I wanted. For example, with Twitter, I didn't get my notifications, not on my phone and not on the watch. So there's probably a bug there. Now moving on to the battery and charging. Now the battery wasn't the best, it only lasted around a day. So again, if you're going to be using it a lot, I barely used it. I used it for a stopwatch and music, like I said. So it only lasted a day, and it got to 20% or something. So again, I had to charge it. So if you're going to have more use out of the Apple Watch, then the Apple Watch might not be for you, because the battery isn't the best. Now onto the charging itself. I really liked how they made the charger work. So you had to take the watch off, and then underneath the watch itself, I'll show you this very quickly. Underneath the watch on this part here, that is where you'd place the charger. and then like a normal charger you'd put it into a USB and a socket, or just a USB, and it would start charging. But I didn't like how easy it came off. So it's like a little magnet that attaches to the watch, but a little movement and it can come off. So I didn't like that. I'd prefer a little plug in, just like an iPhone. Now, I did order the sports watch, however, there was no use for sport apart from the stopwatch. I know you're supposed to be able to check your heart rate, which I did use, but again, it's not really a big thing. And then you can check your amount of steps and your fat burn. Again, the usability of the watch itself, or the functionality, it was actually pretty hard. I didn't know how to get to these things, I actually look them up, and then that's how I started to use the watch. But again, not really what I would recommend. Now onto the final decision, would I recommend you to get one? My answer is no. Now I say this because it's £300, it's not cheap, and spending that much money with the uses of the watch, I don't think it's worth the value. So again, it's just my opinion, but I would not recommend you get the watch. Not many uses for me. There could be uses for you if you looked it up, and you probably think there is. That's exactly what I thought when I first got it, but turned out the other way. So again, I'm not stopping you from buying it, I'm just letting you know my decision and my opinion on this watch. I wouldn't recommend you to get it. Now after returning the Apple Watch, I was literally done with Apple. I went to go and get an LG G4, a very good Android phone, as you can see right here. And would I recommend you to get that? Yes, I would. I've had that for about 3 weeks now. It's a very good, powerful phone. At first, I was going to go for an iPhone 6, iPhone 6s, or a 6s Plus. Now, I didn't get it. Why? Because the price is stupid. I could get the exact same uses from this phone right here, which is about £200, £300 cheaper. So again, it's just me trying to shop smart, I guess, and I'm still getting the exact same use I wanted to do on an iPhone. Now, if you think I'm an Android fanboy because I'm just saying bad stuff about Apple, I'm not. I do like Apple products, however, recently they've just been releasing the exact same things, like the iPhones. All they've done really is got bigger and better internals. They need to change the external, and then maybe I'd switch back. But for now, I'm back with Android. I hope this video has helped you on your decision whether or not to get an Apple Watch, or if you're just watching because you wanted to know the uses or the experience of an Apple Watch. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, and peace.